Hi Aries, welcome to your end of February 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. I was looking on my list of what videos I haven't done yet. And I realized the other day I did 2 astrology videos for you for March. So I was a little bit leery of your sign because I was like, okay, I hope I'm not going to be doing this twice. So, I'm recording this on February 24th, and in a few days, the 27th, there's going to be a full moon at 8 degrees of Virgo. So, Virgo is a sign before Libra, which is your opposite sign. So that is your 6th house of work. So issues can arise that are in the workplace. And this can, run the gamut. This could be people that you work with, seeing them in their true light, or seeing, having something being uncovered with that, or your the work that you're doing changes, or you get a promotion, or you quit. Sometimes full moons can be endings, or taking something to its conclusion, but it can be a very fertile or pregnant time, where there's a sense of abundance, a sense of an apex or a zenith, point. And so it depends on the individual. Not everybody's going to have the same experience. Some people may not even notice a thing. Some of the later degree, maybe even a lot of you, will have this in the 5th house, and it's going to be more of a romantic thing. Maybe discovering that you have feelings for someone that you didn't think that you did. And so it can be very, this is for those who do have it in their 5th house. I mean, it could be conceiving a child, even, but conceiving an idea for a creative project, ending a creative project. So let's see what the cards say. This is the first card I got. I kid you not. The Empress is connected with love and pregnancy, okay? There's another. Queens can be mothers too. Oh, even the 3 of Pentacles, I think I've seen described as a card of children. And I know that all of you are not interested in having children or in a phase of life. Maybe you've already had them, or you are just past that. It ship has sailed. But just, I have to sometimes mention something when it's glaringly in front of me like this. So the heart of the matter for this end of February is the Empress card. And this is also a card of creativity, but this is the Earth Mother energy. It's connected to Venus, which rules Taurus and Libra. But Taurus is the Earth sign. So I would say in particular Taurus. And it's just a card that I associate with abundance, even like a material abundance. And this may be something that is calling to you. I would say if you're a woman and you want children, Aries, Aries is a masculine sign. It's an aggressive sign. And for female Aries that want to have children, it may be an ambivalent feeling, because you might be like, I don't think I can just be Susie Homemaker. I just don't think that I can I would feel very claustrophobic if I was home all the time. I have to be out in the world. That's just how I am. And yet, that full moon, if it's in your 6th house, especially if you are born in March, that might be the case. It might be like, I've had it, I want to do this. I'm tired of this other side of life. I really want to kind of get into this domestic situation, even though I'm not sure if I can, do it. I don't know if I can stomach it. And when I say stomach it, I mean the whole 9 yards. And maybe you don't have to. Maybe you can find a way to make it work for you. This can also be like the person who is very creative and feels thwarted by their creativity. We have here in the past position a card of disappointment, the Five of Cups, or mourning the loss of something. So a miscarriage, for instance. Maybe the loss of a relationship that you thought you were going to be able to have this family, or have, or just that you were in love with this person. The Empress can be just love. It doesn't have to be children. It can be love. But that idea that, it takes two. It can't be just on one end. And it can feel very disappointing to think that you feel feel a way about somebody and you don't feel that it's reciprocated. It can feel very like a loss of a dream of sorts. And yet it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, because it can help weed out somebody who might not be very committed. You want, especially if you want children, you want that full commitment. You don't want somebody wavering and being very, disinterested. So the higher message is the Queen of Wands, which is actually connected to Sagittarius. I always connect it to Leo, because the sunflower, it doesn't really matter because it's like fire energy, and you being a fire sign, it's going to be what you really represent. So how I see this card is, this is the card that can be the working mother. The queens can be mothers, and wands can be the career. In general, this is a card of somebody who is confident in their life. So if you are someone who has had a relationship that did not survive, maybe it's still relatively recent and it has given you a sense of questioning yourself. And, it's important to note that not all Aries people are the same. Some Aries people have moon signs that are water, for instance. So what if your sun sign is Aries and your moon is water? I'm going to start to do videos on these various combinations, because it's important in terms of personality traits, is that the Aries people who have their moon in water are going to be a lot more sensitive and even hypersensitive if we're talking about Cancer, moon in Cancer. And this can lead to feeling at times a bit unsure of yourself. At times feeling like you're not sure if you did the right thing, if you're really okay. And so even though in general I would say that the Queen of Wands is the typical attitude of an Aries person, where they have that sense of confidence, the Queen connects with water energy. So this is why I wasn't even thinking of that when I was talking about the water signs, but the Queen represents the water, which is emotional. And this is something that Aries people are sometimes out of touch with, because you're very fiery, which is a passion, but not necessarily sensitive. And it's, an Aries person can get accused of insensitivity, but this is not just towards other people because you're being a jerk. You would tend to feel that way toward yourself, where you discount some of those feelings that are more tender, and want to just be above it all, want to be like more I guess you would say resilient, but sometimes you do have to act like the Five of Cups, and you do have to kind of go through a mourning process. You can't just skip over it. You know, they have that term spiritual bypassing. Well, you could say emotional bypassing in some cases, where people are not really acknowledging that they are hurting. And for Aries, a lot of times that's by doing things and being very active, or even like Aries is infamous for anger, just like being angry but not being able to cry, and being able to be strong. So I think as a spiritual message, the Queen of Wands is learning how to feel confident and yet be able to show your vulnerability. And if there's something going on here, maybe this is new love coming into your life. Maybe this is wanting to have a child even though your heart was broken, if you had a miscarriage, for instance, or something like that. And still having that dream and not letting it go. And even like if you're older, the Empress, to me, I mean, it just occurred to me that this could even be like a grandchild. So if you and perhaps this is someone who you may have even like a difficult relationship with your own child, but the grandchild is still you still have a relationship with them. And sometimes that can be the blessing, the hidden blessing, you know, and to be able to just count your blessings and not think about what you don't have. Because with the Five of Cups, there are two cups that are the person has turned their back on, and it can mean that they're not seeing the whole, that there still is good available to them. What crosses you is the Three of Cups. And this is a card that, for instance, if there's something with love and you have like a new love situation in your life, and you have like some friends and they may be well-meaning, but they tend to be very vocal about the people that you're choosing. I would say one of two things. Either you're not listening to them, you're discounting what they're saying, maybe you take offense to it, and they have been right on time, and you need to like, it's not, I don't believe that we have to, listen to what others say about our own life. But if you have like a pattern of picking the wrong person, then your discernment obviously needs a little bit of work, and maybe it's possible that they have your back and that they really want you to be with somebody that treats you like a queen, or if you're a man, like a king. and maybe in some cases these are people who are naysayers. They're very negative, and they maybe they are having their own problems with relationships, and they're envious, and they want to keep you from having what they don't have. So it's not going to be a one size fits all. But other people can definitely poison the well if they have that kind of attitude. And especially if you are trying to better your life, and so you're picking people who are different from your typical type of person. Because I was just thinking about this earlier today, how sometimes people have a circle of friends, and when they are trying to better themselves, that those people are threatened by that. And it's I think it's very human, because it highlights if somebody else is trying to better themselves, and another person is not, they can feel threatened or triggered by somebody else's self-improvement behavior, because then they feel like they are, it puts a spotlight on them and what they're not doing in their life. And yet in some cases your friends can be your greatest ally, and maybe they want you to really see how great you are, and they feel like you sell yourself short in relationships. I have a feeling that it's probably the former scenario rather than the latter, because usually Aries people are pretty confident, and they also tend to be pretty positive. And so if anybody is negative, it might be the people around you versus you. What's coming in is the Chariot card, and this is about success, and success that comes from your ability to kind of like not allow the distractions of life to pull you in any one direction, the horses of duality. That you stay one-pointed, you are really committing yourself to that. Also with the Empress, if you are wanting to go on maternity leave, there might be people at the water cooler, maybe they're co-workers, who are trying to make you out to be wrong in some way, that you're doing that. And this is about you winning that battle. Because like I said, with the full moon in the 6th house, that can be like, oh, wow, those people were doing that, huh? Like, that secret coming out. And it's like, very interesting. The outcome is the 3 of Pentacles. And this is a card of teamwork. So this is being on the same page with others and really working together for a project that, you want to have be very good. This is a good money card. This can be you doing something the right way, and that, like I said, this, you could be getting a promotion, and it's because of your competence that this card represents. This can be a card of a move, so maybe you're changing where you live. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Aries. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, I do mostly astrological chart readings, but I also do tarot. Sometimes I have combinations. I have a special with tarot and astrology if you like tarot too. But anyway, you can check me out at RinaMoonAstrology.com. The link is below. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.